this super fabulous team that formed this part of our 1993. Thank you.
Private joke. I also want to welcome everyone to the 1991 Fall Sports Banquet. I have a long list of people and groups I like to pay homage to, literally. Success on the football field is, that's wonderful, but it's a whole group of people that contribute to a successful program down. Season-wise, there's not a lot to be said. The record speaks for itself, 11-3. Tremendous season. This team, probably more than any team over the last, since I've been here, beat people they should not have beat. They played very hard. We didn't have outstanding athletes at every position. They believed. They worked hard. They believed. And some of the people we defeated, we had no business defeating. We just defeated them because of sheer guts and heart, determination, preparation. But as far as a 4-year overlook, just quickly, this group is fixing to graduate tonight. It's won 3 sub-region crowns. They won 2 region crowns. They won 2 area championships. They played in the Final Four twice. 3 times been picked the Gwinnett County Team of the Year, which no one has ever happened for 4 years. They played in 13 playoff games. Okay, 2 undefeated seasons. I could go on and on and on. Same stuff you keep reading in the paper over and over and over. But, and I really believe, seriously, this season is not an end to a book. Once again, these juniors that are going to be seniors next year, quite a legacy to live up to, gentlemen. But you got to realize, your 3 years, you've won 35 of them all 6. It's a building block process. Football team is not made in August, it's made in January to August. And that's one thing the senior class is leading you, is a very tremendous work ethic. They work hard. They make themselves into good players, very unselfish players. And I feel very positive as the rising senior class will get right up on that. And come next fall, you're going to see us step out. It's a very product to be very proud of. Very proud of. Okay. Now, we've got a lot of awards to give out. What I'd like to do first is we'll call them up our classes, line them up, we'll get your letter certificates, your t-shirts, and your championship patches for your letter jacket. Senior class, once again, I've read through their accolades. Hard to realize these puppies are fixing to go out into the world. It's like I remember when the store running around their pants and clothes didn't fit straight and everything else, like the moms and dads out there. I've seen them since 6th and 7th graders. But we're not going to get into all that right now. We've got too much to go. Okay. First year letterman, and these seniors, but they know up front, of course, they're going to tell the juniors if they want their jerseys, they got to play that 11th game. This group, they worked hard and they got their 11th game, so they get their game jersey. But we're proud. This time I won't take it off of you, man. You earned it, all right. This first year letterman, Brian Black. Next gentleman was my statistician last year. He came outside, he wanted to play, he got caught up in the fever. Listen, he took some vicious licks in practice, and towards the end he got in some games. I admire your admiration, it's Chris Brown. 2-year letterman who stepped in and got a starting position his senior year, worked real hard. As a matter of fact, I had some coaches swear it down that number 61 was supposed to graduate last year. They couldn't tell any difference that occurred. Scott Byrne. Next senior is also a 2-year letterman. Probably gets more out of his ability than anybody we've got. He's a hard worker. He played an awful lot for us this year. Once again, never complained. Was always there for him. Just brought this one. Check that real quick. I didn't forget any of it. All right. The rest of the seniors have been with me for 4 years. This is the group that came in the ninth grade. And been with me all 4 years. They completed every season with me. And they've been there every 2 a days. They hadn't been there since day one. All of these are 4-year letters because, like I said, their freshman year, a lot of them had to play. A lot of them got a lot of playing time. First of all, Greg Spain. He'll probably start growing now. I swear he's growing an inch since he came back from Bristol. Jason Pritchett. This one's probably the third meanest player we have. Kenny Gregory. If you ask a lot of quarterbacks, they'll say he's the meanest, probably. Wesley Maxey, 3-year starter. Coach King always tries to make a speech about. I don't want you to realize he's probably hurts his kids still because he doesn't have athletic bone in his body. You can't do everything. There, Kane. Next, I was looking through some of these things, it's hard to realize these are the baby brothers and some of the older brothers I've taught and have already graduated. It's been a tremendous player for him, Stephen Haskell. Another brother who's I've coached his brother also, and probably just more out of his ability than anybody else around, Chad Warburton. I'll be sure he knows his boots. Once again, quickly I've got them up and we'll set them down. This senior class, overall record, 46 wins, 7 losses, 13 playoff games, 3 sub-region championships, 2 region championships, 2 area championships, 2 Final Four games, 3 times Gwinnett County Team of the Year. Numerous of them have made teams of the month, teams of the week, teams of the year, and they have put Dacula High School, along with their fellow players, on the map as not just a once-in-a-year shot thing. This is an established Class A football program, class and quality, and just give them a round of applause.
Let me give you a list of a few things that a person has to do to earn points to receive this award. First off, I'll tell you that linemen have to earn 100 points or more. Backs and receivers have to earn 125 points or more. And most of these accomplishments are worth over 5 points each, so they have to do quite a few things during the course of the year to receive this award. Such things as causing a fumble, recovering a fumble, pass interceptions, shutouts. The defensive team all the defensive team gets points if they hold the opponents to less than 100 yards rushing or less than 150 yards total yards. Causes safety. Offense gets points for touchdowns, runs, passes, or receptions. Keep blocks from touchdowns. Team awards, 12 first downs. Linemen don't get an opportunity to get a lot of points sometimes, but the games that we get 200 yards more or more passing or rushing, they get points for that. and the team gets 20 points for scoring 21 points or more during the course of the ball game. The points system had to be raised a little bit. We ended up playing so many postseason ball games. I had to up the number of points that was necessary to get the award, or we would have had about 33 people get awards. So we made it a little more challenging this year. The following people have earned Blue Falcons Club Award this year. And I'm going to call their names out quickly. I'm not going to tell you how many points you've earned, but if you want to see me afterwards, I'll tell you. They are Greg Spain, Chad Worthington, Steve Sims, Terry Harvey, Chris Strickland, Jim Peavy, Kenny Gregory, Kel McMillan, Scott Thurman, Wesley Maxey, Eric Kane, Kelvin Garman, and Steve Mahaffey. 13 of you guys. Congratulations.
The first thing is something that's already been mentioned, 46 and 7. 46 and 7 is your one-loss record as far as over the last 4 years. And my question would be is just how important is that? What if it was 7 and 46? You know, 5 years ago I come to a banquet here and it was over 10. One of these people here, believe it or not. He showed up. And it goes back to something that I learned from Coach Lowe. Coach Lowe is our culture coach on the staff. He brings in poetry and things like this and reads the context in the dressing room. You know, he brought in a poem one time by Rudyard Kipling, and there's a phrase that I've used in other talks before. It really means something to me. And I don't know the exact phrase, and I'm not going to quote it because I've butchered Winston Churchill up here before, and I'm not going to do that again. But in that, Kipling talks about success and failure. He talks about treating about telling how poor of an athlete he is and all sort of kind of stuff, but that's really not true because he's a tremendous football player. And by the way, Eric, you're not getting this award. I'm just ready to get it. So don't get your hopes up. But Eric Jane is the model for this award. It takes his ability and molds it and does something with it. And in my opinion, Eric Jane is one of the finest offensive linemen I had the privilege to watch being coached and to watch play because he certainly gets after folks. But the name of this award, and I want to say that to show the importance of the award, is our most improved. This is most improved defense. This is going to surprise a lot of people, but we've got some real good young talent in this football team.
Coach Powell, I'm not going to talk very long either, because my wife Marilyn says I talk like an idiot. These situations are always difficult because it marks the end of one thing and the pointing toward the future. And it's very difficult for me to believe that these guys are seniors now. It just seems like I can shut my eyes and see up there on that hill behind the middle school, these little eighth graders that we brought over for spring practice. We were having a spring game, and they were giving the older kids some problems and making Jamie Wright angry and Mike Merle angry, and it kind of set the tone for what this program has accomplished in 4 years since then. All those young men, the seniors from last year, and the seniors before, and the seniors before, all added to what the program has become. These men that are graduating this year have also added their chapter. And I think that the gauntlet's down for the young men who follow for next year's senior class and the senior class that follows. An awful lot of guys are graduating. Coach Dane King says 15. These younger guys are going to be hearing and reading a lot of things
The importance of team and teamwork can't be underestimated. But I think sometimes people say it, they don't really understand it. It's a cliche. They say it without even really thinking about what it means. I think the primary reason that we've been so successful over the last 4 years is that we just don't say it. We believe it. And I think people, when they prepare for us, defensive schemes prepare for us, that if they start picking out and say, well, we got to stop this guy, or we got to stop this guy, and if they focus their efforts on that, they're not going to beat us. Because what our plans are every Friday night is to do what it takes. And honestly, I never know. Someone were to ask me, well, who's going to carry the load tonight? That question has no meaning to me. I would really have to pause. I don't know. Ask me at 10:30, I'd probably give you a pretty good answer about who was hot that night. But at 7:45, I don't know. Whatever it takes. The first award that I'm going to give is the Most Improved Offensive Award. And the thing about individual awards, I think that the people who get them, and I think that our young men really do think this way, I hope they think this way, is they're accepting the award on behalf of all their teammates. Because the running back doesn't move the ball unless there's somebody busting their butt in front of him and making hold. I mean, that's just the way it is. And if the offensive lineman blows someone off the ball and the running back doesn't get there, then that play's not successful either. It's the interplay between the teams. The first award for Most Improved on the offensive side of the ball is a running back. Plays the position, I think, that takes an awful lot of, that's the beating of the heart, is the offensive lineman. And I've got a lot of compliments from our opponents about how well our linemen come on. And the thing that's a little sad for me is to say farewell to 6 of them. Our left tackle, Eric Kane, our left guard, Kel McMillan, our center, Wesley Maxey. Wesley got hurt in the Buford game and saw a junior center be back next year. That's kind of exciting. Matt Shoemaker, our right guard, Scott Thurman, our right tackle, Jim Peavy, and our tight end, Stephen Hatfield. The offensive lineman of the year, and I would really like for this young man to accept it on behalf of his fellow lineman, because I think it's an award to be shared. But this young man, his sophomore year, a struggle for center, who's going to play center that year, had not been decided. This young man was not in the picture. He was playing guard at the time. We had a tragedy and lost one of our centers, and so the center who was in the battle to take it became our starting center by default, and then he became sitting mid-season. And this young sophomore stepped in, did a great job, very consistent, an excellent offensive lineman. Very excited and pleased to give our Offensive Lineman of the Year award to Wesley Maxey. He was going to take advantage of it. And he grabbed that position and he held on to it just like a bulldog. And another kind of stupid assumption I made a long time ago, I don't know when they changed the rule about not being able to block below the waist downfield. I don't know, 12 years ago or something, but I was a pretty young coach at that time, and I said, well, that's it. You know, I mean, I'm always doing that. I'm always like, change the rules on me, that's it. We'll never be able to block downfield again. Now, I don't know what I'm going to tell offensive linemen or the split ends. I think I was coaching receivers at the time. I've always taught them to run down there and throw up in that guy's lap and roll. Can't do that anymore. I don't know what I'm going to do. I don't know what to tell them to do. Run a pass route or something. Well, of course, I was wrong. I was stupid and all that. But the epitome of what, to me, is one of the most outstanding things about our offensive linemen is when we're running the ball to our right, what's our left tackle doing? When we're running the ball to the left, what's our right tackle doing? I remember one time we threw a screen pass, and I'm sitting there at the game, and I said, yeah, daggone it. I think I said something like that. Daggone it, you know, we blocked that thing wrong. I don't know why, we know we gotta kick out that guy, and what had happened on our screen pass, our tackle's supposed to kick out, and, it looked like he wasn't doing that. He was coming around inside blocking the guard or something. I don't know, we were fussing. We blocked it with an offside tackle. The guy had busted his tail, made his block on the play side and busted his tail to go across the field and held out on the screen. Can't do that. I mean, that can't be, but there it was. And that's just the way our kids play. I know defensive backs dreaded to see us. They were always looking up. Who's that? 54. Who's that guy? Where's he going back to? I gotta look out for him.
And after he was born in the delivery room, I said, honey, can I go to the Dacula game? I swear I did. But she was under medication, so it was. The German Constitution wants to present a couple of awards this year, as we did last year, to your offensive and defensive player of the year. Unfortunately, the awards were stolen out of my car. So that's some riffraff, and Lawrenceville did that. We had a mix-up on the awards, so we don't have them here tonight. So we've got something even better that we'll give you when you come up. For Defensive Player of the Year, I'll just tell you one little anecdote about this guy. 2 years ago at Commerce, in the press box, you see all kind of neat things. But this guy kept making all the tackles and all the big hits. And the guy who was the announcer kept getting so mad. He said, who's this number 60? And he's got his program and took his pen and just started scratching his name off the list as hard as he could. He wouldn't call his name out anymore. It's your Defensive Player of the Year award, and we'd like to present this along with a check in his name, not with his name on it, but in his name to the school, and that is Cale McMillan. And we'd like to present this nice napkin with Defensive Player of the Year. Coach Oakley told you about the blue awards. There's some green wolf awards too. Their criteria was a little different. You get points for like robbing a liquor store. I'm a big trouble considering it's back. The other award we want to present is for the Offensive Player of the Year award. And I have no anecdotes about this guy, but it's just been a pleasure to see him play for 3 years, and it's Kerry Harvey. Kerry also receives the nice napkin award, but this has a little pecan pie on it also. I know there's a lot more great things coming up. Thank you.
Also in common with I've been some quality football players in my coaching career. But when it came down to coaching staff sat down, started saying, awards and voting, and it gets pretty vicious in there. And I just stopped it. I said, listen, this particular gentleman doesn't need any of these awards. He doesn't. I think his actions have spoken for himself. His accolades are spoken for himself. And I guess the biggest contribution I can give to this gentleman is the fact that I'll offer us on the side. The fact that well, I'll give you an example. I was talking to Coach Kane today. He's the offensive coordinator at North Carolina State. And he was saying they were tickled pink this gentleman decided to become a member of the North Carolina State football staff. But he said it wasn't so much his athletic ability. He said it was two things: his leadership ability, and the fact he seemed to have a strong ball. And people, that's what this whole program is about. Kerry Harvey epitomizes all these gentlemen. Probably the only quarterback you ever see that made crab every Monday. Didn't like it, but he did it. He ran every sprint, worked hard, demanded a lot of our fellow players, but that's what it's all about. But once again, I'm not going to call it the Terry Harvey Award. I'm going to start giving it every year. But this is a case where I just think I had to do something to just show my appreciation and show, I think, basically the team's appreciation to a gentleman who worked so hard and made us all work hard. I mean, talking about a coaching staff. He was my most demanding assistant coach I had on the staff. You know, no matter what play Coach Lowe tried to call, I tried to call, what defense Coach King tried to call, it didn't matter. Terry questioned it. He's a very demanding assistant coach. But that's because he demands perfection. And that's, once again, that's another thing Coach Sheridan, North Carolina State, they're really impressed with. The kid just works hard. So I decided to do something special for him. You don't wear your kid out, what do you think? During his high school career, he's accounted for over 7,100 total yards offense. He broke the unofficial state record for total touchdowns at 82. The old record was 80, and it's held by a man named no, it wasn't Herschel Walker. It was Deuce, quarterback at Avondale. He broke the state record. He's made All-State 3 consecutive years, first team. He's Class A Player of the Year. He's selected the Georgia Sports Writers first team All-State. He's been Gwinnett County Touchdown Club Player of the Year, Gwinnett Daily News Player of the Year, Gwinnett Extra Player of the Year, each state top 15, Street Smith Honorable Mention All-American, goes 8 school offensive records, 3 defensive records, Dixie Regional team. But anyways, on the trophy it says Terry Harvey, Field Football 1990, Gwinnett County Touchdown Club Offensive Player of the Year, Gwinnett Daily Offensive Player of the Year, Gwinnett Extra Defensive Player of the Year, Class A First Team All-State, Class A Player of the Year, Georgia Sports Writers First Team All-State, Blue Chip All-American, Peach State Top 15, Street Smith All-American. People, that's just the things he achieved his senior year. That's not his high school career. I have a very strict requirement for retiring jerseys this good. It's only third one's been retired since I've been here. You have to play in a playoff game. Your team has to make it there. You have to be selected as Player of the Year by publication. You've got to make first team All-State. And Terry did this his sophomore year, but I wasn't going to retire for each numbers. So I just made him keep the same number. But once again, it's a team effort, total team effort, but I think you see where I'm coming from. Terry Harvey. In conclusion, no, I'm not making a long speech. For those of you in these programs, you know it beforehand. Eric Kane. Brian Black. Wesley Maxey. Scott Thurman. Kelvin Millen, Kenny Gregory, Jim Peavy. Chris Strickland, Jason Pritchett, Chris Broom. Terry Harvey, Chad Warburton, Greg Spank. Gentlemen, I have no doubts in my heart that the world's in good hands with quality people like you going out into it. Just don't forget me, all right?
Let this go flow. Might as well say thanks for all you doing.
Coach Oakley. I got the privilege of giving this to this coach of ours. And then I came in late and got stuck with him. Nah, David. Coach King.
I guess I better say something or it's not gonna get said by any guys I recognize. I guess I got shoved into this, but, it's, this is from behalf of all the football players, everything I say. Right here, you see. This says, Mike Strickland, sent to Mike Strickland, head coach, with sincere appreciation for your dedication, devotion, leadership. Jill Fire from 1990, he's got all of us little big boys out there. There's a little college right here to symbolize our program and coaches we got. And, I don't know, I guess we've, we feel like we've got a number one program. Yeah. No, guys, it's a lot harder Friday night. That's a cakewalk compared to this, nah, but, well, you know, we feel like we've got a number one class program. And, we feel like we're at the top. But it starts with these guys right here, believe it or not. But we've got some hard-working guys right here. They make it all possible because they show. No, what you see on the field is a reflection of what takes on during the week on the practice field. The character you see on the field is he comes from these guys first. And we just like to thank y'all because for the stressing of feel like we're at the top of academics as far as good people, morals, and as far as community support. Just like to thank everybody. The number one, some life. Thank y'all.
history next semester. So we've got great educators, great coaches, from top to bottom. And as an administrator, I appreciate it, but I certainly know that as parents and supporters of this school and community, that you certainly do appreciate it. So to the entire coaching staff, from everyone here, fellas and ladies, we certainly appreciate you.